Hi everybody, this is another TFR drone video, and this video is going to be the second video that I'm going to make of my Hoverthings Fleet Sport. Okay, I done flights with this aircraft since I put it together on the previous video, including the first FPV flight that I did with it. But I wasn't satisfied with the way the camera was performing because I was getting some yellow effect with it. Plus, I didn't like also the flight controller that I had in there. I had an old free flight flight controller. So I decided to resolve those two issues. Number one, I replaced the previous flight controller with a NASA. That's not the NASA light that I got in here. It's the first version of the NASA, so it's the NAZA-M with the GPS. And the other modification that I did to avoid the yellow effect is with I put a clean plate. As you can see, it moves, and the reason for that is because I put these rubber mounts over here that are the same exact rubber mounts that you will get for the clean plate conversion for the Flip-FPV. So I purchased these rubber mounts from Hoverthings, plus I purchased this four tab upper center plate, so I could mount, the FPV camera, the video transmitter, and some of the extra equipment. Because normally the regular center plates on this one is just this regular rounded ones. So the four tablet one allows me to mount the camera and the FPV equipment that I needed, so I can do FPV. Since I'm not big, doing line of sight flights anyway. I'm more about FPV. Okay, so before this video, I did the compass calibration for the GPS, and all I have to do is just get into the air and see how it's gonna work. And the most important thing is see if I'm gonna get any issues with the camera. Beside the rubber mounts, the camera that I mounted with foam tape under the tab over here, and also I got some extra isolation from the vibrations of the aircraft. Just to resume about the other equipment that I got here, I got the DJI Opto ESCs. I might replace them with Simon Case. I'm not sure about it. I gotta see how this flight is gonna be. The motors are Sony Sky 2208, and they are 1260 kV. This aircraft is gonna be flying on 3S. The props are APC 8 by 3.8, and the battery that I'm gonna be using, this is not a normal battery I'm gonna be using. I just got this battery. I use it normally on my DJI F330, but I'm gonna be using it on this one just for the test flight. It's Glacier 2600 milliamps 3S LiPo. Probably I'm gonna be flying this thing with batteries from 3300 to 4500, so I can get a better flying time. So I guess this flying time with all the equipment that I got over here, it might go as low as probably 8 minutes or so. The aircraft's really light. It's not that heavy. Right now with this battery, weighs a little bit over 1100 grams. But if I use for example, the 4000, it's gonna go like around 1250 grams. So I just want to see how this thing's gonna work with this. So let's put it on the field and proceed to fly it with the new upgrades and see how it's gonna go with this. Also, I want to see, like I said, if the clean plate really works and gets rid of all the issues with the yellow effect that I was getting on the camera. So the camera is on, so let me click here so it can start recording. Yeah, it's recording now. The camera right now is going to be powered by the same battery that powers the I mean, it's going to be powered by the BC of the NASA. Oh, okay, I got satellite lock, so that's good. Also, I got on my pocket, I got a DVR here that has its own antenna, and this thing is going to show it's recording. Well, I'm going to start the recording. I'm going to resume it again. I'm going to proceed to record the video, but from the DVR perspective, and see how the video transmitter is going to work. So I just put it back in the pocket. Nice thing about this DVR is it got its own video receiver, but it can also be connected to a ground station or video goggles. I don't know if the gains are going to be right for this, because I put it really low. So far it's going good. Maybe I need to raise the basic gains a little bit. Cause it feels, I don't know, it feels kind of weird. Well, one thing I can say is, you know, the ESCs, they might stay. This is the first aircraft that I have that actually works real good with the DJI ESCs. Now I'm gonna put it on GPS mode. Wow, this thing, when he goes, he goes. Okay, it's on GPS mode. And it's staying there. I guess now when it gets breezy, it gets a little bit crazy. Okay, let me get out of GPS mode and bring it closer to me. Now I'm gonna bring it facing backwards. Yeah, I definitely have to raise the gains a little bit, at least the ones. Actually, I'm gonna raise first the gains, the stabilization gains. And I just raised them. I put in GPS again and see he decided to stay there. Let's stay there. Just some of this NASA, sometimes they're not that good when it comes to, you know, they're dealing with the wind. They just go all crazy. Well, it's staying there. It's not giving me any hell or anything. It's doing good. Well, definitely I gotta raise the basic gains on this. I gotta put the basic gains on 80, and attitude gains that were on 80, but at least I can adjust the attitude gains over here. So now they are into the max right now. I just lowered it to 80 again, the attitude gains. So now I'm gonna go back to attitude mode, and I want to do a return to home and see if it works or not. Alright. Now, just put it for return to home. And this is going to be the return to home that I'm not going to cancel. It's coming back by itself. I'm just going to let it land by itself. And I'm going to enter, unless there's any risk that he's going to crash or something, I'm going to let him be. Now he's trying to acquire the home position. And now the wind is blowing everything. And the thing that worries me is those mats over there. I don't want him to get stuck in there. And I think I'm going to cancel it. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel. was coming down, but it was kind of, the wind didn't want to let him, go down straight. So I have to cancel it. Now, one thing that I noticed about this is that this thing, with these motors and these motors and the props that I got, it's really like twitchy, like it's really, really responsive. That's cool because it's gonna help me, when I do proximity a lot. And I'm gonna put in GPS again. It's back in GPS. And it's gonna do a 360. Okay, and now I'm gonna do it the other way. That's good. One thing that I didn't activate on this was the IOC. Normally I don't use that on quads. That's something that I leave for, like my 6-motor aircraft, like my 2 F-550s, and the new one that I'm gonna build is it's gonna be DIY drones, Y6 that also is gonna use. Actually, this NASA is the one that's gonna go on that aircraft, because on this aircraft, I put this old NASA in there, but I'm gonna replace it with a NASA Lite because I need the old NASA's on my aircraft that has 6 motors. Now, because of the redundancy upgrade that you can do once you upgrade the NASA with the V2 firmware, it will give you the redundancy feature for the 6 motors aircraft. So I need that on my 6 motor aircrafts. So I will have to take that NASA out of here and put it on the 6 motor aircraft that I'm going to put it on. Okay, let me just bring it back. Now the wind calmed down, so it's working a little bit. It's flying more stable now. That's good. Well, one thing about this aircraft is this aircraft I'm going to use it not as a replacement, but it's like the same way the military build aircraft, that they got multi-roles and they got aircraft that they are specific to any particular role. So this particular one, I built it to do 2 roles that I do right now with my DJI F450 and my DJI F330. The DJI F330 that I have, I mostly use it strictly for proximity. And F450, I kind of use it for proximity too, but the main role of that one is, like to go to areas that I'm not willing to take any of my other aircrafts, because of the issue that I don't want to lose in the case of, in other words, the 450 that I got is to take risk that I'm not willing to take with any of the other aircrafts. So this one is the one that's going to take that role now. So this one is my new expendable aircraft. It's going to be the do it all. I'm going to do everything with this one that I'm not willing to do with any of the other ones that I have. And that way I don't need to carry that many aircrafts with me. I just bring this one and my other flip, my Flip-FPV, I bring it along. And since my Flip-FPV got the GoPro Hero Black Edition, Hero 3 Black Edition, you want to do like nice videos, I use that one. And if I want to get stupid and do crazy stuff, then I use this one here. And the nice thing is, the motors that I got, they're going to help. Now I'm going over 8 minutes of flying time, and my voltage is 10.3 volts, so I know the light pole alarm is going to go off soon. It's going to go off soon, so if I make it to 10 minutes, it's going to be a miracle. Actually not. All I got is 9 minutes of flying time. Let me just land it. Let me put it in attitude mode and land it. so all I did is 9 minutes and 13 seconds, so that's not that bad, even if the battery is not really meant to be used on this. And now I got a really lightweight nano-tech battery for it. It's the nano-tech a-spec. It's a 4500 3S, and with that battery probably I'm gonna do like, I don't know, like close to 15 minutes of flying time. So as soon as I decide to do my first FPV flight with this one, I'm gonna be using that nano-tech and see if I still gonna get the 15 minutes that I was getting before when I had the other flight controller. The what was the name of the other flight controller? The free flight. Because right now, with the NASA, the GPS antenna, and this center plate that I put over here, because now I got 3 center plates. Probably I add maybe like another extra 100 grams into the aircraft with all the stuff put together. So it's just a matter of see if see how things gonna work now. How much flying time I'm gonna lose with doing extra weight with the older battery. But if I do at least 30 minutes, it should be good enough, because for me, doing flights that they are like less than 10 minutes, it's just useless. That's like, it gets a little bit worse than that. It's like flying a hard-sea helicopter. And for those of you that fly, electric hard-sea helicopter, you guys know how horrible is the flying time with that. It's like 5-6 minutes. And I mean, I know it's because of the 3D stunts and all the stuff, but for me, that's useless flying time. Okay. So let me just grab my aircraft and stop the video, because I'm curious to see if I got any yellow fit at all with this thing. Okay, let me just stop. But this is one thing that you have to do with these Horizon HDs. You cannot unplug it, since the camera is being powered by the main battery through a BC. If you unplug the battery before you start the video, it's not going to save the videos. The video is going to get corrupted, so you have to stop it and then you can unplug the battery. That's the only way it works. Okay, so let me just unplug this thing, and that's my light bulb on my radio. Okay, so this is the end of my video. So please don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share, and favorite this video. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye.